Who will be the Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver number 2? A question that has lingered ever since the team traded away George Pickens. On Wednesday, we got our answer. But the real question is, how long will he hold down that role? Calvin Austin III is your wide receiver number 2 in Pittsburgh for now. That's straight from wide receiver coach Zach Azzani's mouth. Now, obviously, he believes in Calvin Austin III. He's watched this guy develop. He coached him last year to his best season with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you can never have too many explosive players in the NFL. Obviously, for a team and an offense that has struggled on offense mightily in recent years, Calvin Austin III has a premier role in this offense. The truth of the matter is, though, that the Pittsburgh Steelers themselves, whether that be Mike Tomlin, Omar Khan, and the rest of the Steelers brass, they desperately want to add another playmaker. On Wednesday, Jonathan Jones reported that the team is currently in pursuit of another option, but they are lowballing a lot of teams, per his quote. And that's really par for the course with Omar Khan, especially this time of year. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they're not going to use their best offer in June when we don't play real, actual games that count until September. But what they're telling you is that they are desperately looking to add another weapon. Obviously, they kicked the tires on Chris Olave. They looked at Jonnu Smith, at Kyle Pitts. They might get into the Terry McLaurin sweepstakes if he and the Commanders can't come to a deal. They want to get better in the wide receiver core, and that's no shot at Calvin Austin III. As I said, somebody who was able to stretch the field vertically to make a lot of big plays on post routes, on in breakers, to catch the ball and use his 4.3 speed. He has a carved out niche in the Steelers offense. That niche, though, is not the wide receiver number 2 role. I know, as Azzani said it, I know that that's the current case. I believe that barring a trade, it will probably go into training camp with the Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver number 2 being Calvin Austin III. The truth of the matter is, this team in this window, with this current roster, with Aaron Rodgers, with the defense, they believe they need to be more explosive. They need to be better. They need to get as elite as possible to win a Super Bowl, and I don't blame them. They have to. They need to get better at slot corner, and they need to get better at wide receiver number 2. And that just so happens to be the 2 positions in which a lot of trade talks are surrounding the Pittsburgh Steelers. So for the time being, Calvin Austin III, he is your wide receiver number 2. He will have a big role in the Pittsburgh Steelers 2025 offense, but look for the team to add another playmaker before things get going in September.